Hey Nadia,
Hello.
how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Good. So, where did you just come from?
I came from the gym. It's kind of late
Gymnastics
for
gym
the
or
gym
the workout gym?
workout gym. Uh Now that I'm working and all of my friends have late classes too. The only time we can go together is at night.
So,
Which
it's almost 10 o'clock. You just came back from the gym. What's the gym like at like 9 o'clock at night?
it's still so busy. There's so many people in there. I don't think there's like a time where the gym is not busy unless it's like early in the morning or during a time where a lot of people have classes, which I can never go during those times because I always have a class.
Mm.
But yeah.
So, I work next door to my friend's gym,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Gym Class. And they don't say it's just for women, but it's mostly women in there.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it is based on this premise that women sometimes feel intimidated at the gym, whether it's because they don't know how to use the equipment and don't want to be seen as not knowing what to do when they're in there, but more so, it's the looks. They don't want to feel like people, mostly
Mm-hmm.
men, are
Yeah.
looking at them. Do you feel that? Do you experience that when you're at the gym? Or
Um,
like, not do you experience people seeing you? Do you experience feeling like you shouldn't be there because you don't like the gaze?
yeah, totally. Honestly, like I don't think it's ever gotten better. I've gone to this gym for like a year now and I still get nervous like walking into the weight room just because there's just like a lot of things. It is the male like gaze, but also like a lot of the it is a majority male dominated like
Like there's more men
part
in
of the
there?
gym. Yeah, inside
Mhm.
the weight room specifically. I think honestly maybe it's because a lot of girls don't feel comfortable going into the weight room because it's a specific room, so that's like a whole part of it. It's not as open. And there's a lot of guys in there, and it feels almost like everyone's competing against each other. Everyone's doing heavy weights, and like I'm not going to be doing the same amount of weight as them. And there's long lines, and you're standing there, and you're just watching basically, which isn't always a fun thing to experience. Um, and
Do you
yeah,
ever get
it's
anybody
just
mansplaining you?
honestly, I don't try to talk to anybody but my friends at the gym. I feel like that's just gonna lead to a conversation I don't want to have. But yeah, there's a lot of people that take it really seriously, and it's that can be a lot. If you just
Do you
want
ever
to
feel
work
like people,
out,
I'm sorry, what?
if you just want to work out,
Do you ever feel like people go into that part of the gym? Like, do you ever feel like people go there to get looked at, male or
I don't
female,
think
or like
so.
to be seen as strong, or like, I don't know,
Probably
pose a certain
guys.
way?
Yeah, like guys take it really seriously. Girls do too, but I feel like the whole like what is it called? Cutting and bulking and like all that kind of stuff is very prominent with guys and not so much with girls. And so like I don't know. I just feel like it's just a certain like vibe that guys give off in the gym that's kind of like oh my like look at me like look watch me do this like I want to be like super loud when I like drop my heavy weights on the ground. And I'm like nobody really cares that much and I don't think you needed to do that, but or like let me wait 30 minutes in between each set and go on my phone and then do 2 reps of a really really heavy weight that like I don't know why you would do 2 reps of something if you could just like it just doesn't make sense to me. But they take it really seriously and they spend like hours and hours in there. And so that whole like vibe is not necessarily enjoyable for everyone. Probably guys feel the same way too, but mostly
I
for
think that
girls.
some guys do feel like they love the camaraderie of the other guys that are in the gym lifting
Yeah.
heavy. I have a friend whose son has found friendship in the gym because
Yeah.
like other guys like that care about the same thing, and then won respect of the other guys in that part of the gym because they can see him lifting heavier and heavier,
Yeah.
and so then
Yeah.
they win the respect of the other guys.
I mean, yeah, and I don't think everyone's there and like judging and looking like they could just be watching just to watch, and it's not necessarily like a toxic space. It's just a lot to handle if that's not really something you're used to.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think that the majority of the people are in there to be healthy? Are they trying to lose weight? Are they doing it for the looks? I'm sorry, let me say that again. Do you think that college students are motivated by health reasons or by aesthetic reasons? Like, what gets them to the gym?
Honestly, probably both. I mean, it's college. There's like a lot of different people with different backgrounds here. So, they could be going for the health or weight loss reasons or just health without the weight loss, just, feel healthy. I mean, and looks do play a big part of it. I feel like when people are not really satisfied with the way that they look, like they turn to the gym and stuff. So that's obviously going to play a role. Um, I know I've started going to the gym because I stopped doing gymnastics. My friend, like that year break, I stopped from doing gymnastics. I definitely noticed a difference in my strength and the way that I looked, and it was normal. Like I stopped training 20 hours a week, but I turned to the gym to like feel healthy, but also like look like myself, whatever that meant in my head, like look like myself again. So yeah, I feel like it's a mixture of all of it.
So some people don't use the gym; they use other means to lose weight.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether or not Ozempic is a thing, or drugs like it, medications like it, on campus. Like, do college students talk about Ozempic?
I feel like probably no. It's only being talked about though because it's a thing on social media. I think it's like come out that a lot of celebrities or social media influencers lost weight because they use Ozempic, which I'm pretty sure that's not what it's usually used for. You
It
could
is
definitely,
actually. I mean, that is what it's being used for, but it's not originally what it was made
yeah,
for. Yeah.
it was like for I don't know whatever, but like that's not the original
Diabetes. Uh-huh.
intent of the drug. But yeah, I definitely hear it a lot on social media, and like you know because it once it enters the social media world, like people are gonna joke about it, like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on it because I want to look like I just like I need to I want it to be done like easily or whatever," and people will make jokes online, but I don't know if it's necessarily that accessible for people on college campuses, and I know it's not that easy to get. Like you still need to get like a prescription for your doctor, or if it's not a prescription for your from your doctor, it's like from outside random sources, which I don't think is what the way to go. But um, yeah, I don't think it's that prominent like physically, just maybe being talked about.
Yeah, maybe not for your age. But
Yeah.
interestingly, I've heard from a couple different women that they went to their primary care physician complaining about certain symptoms associated with hormonal changes, maybe associated
Hmm.
with, emotional challenges in their life or
Yeah.
whatever happens to be. And the what was offered to them was Ozempic. Like, I'll give you a specific
Yeah.
example. I had a friend that was telling me that she told her physician that she has been experiencing weight gain, hasn't been
Mhm.
getting good sleep. She's around, the age of menopause,
Mm.
and she's been having joint pain, and all these things have led to her being kind of like grumpy, or
Yeah.
she's been just like grumpy is like just another symptom or whatever. So she says all these
Right.
things, like she doesn't like the way her outlook on life. She doesn't like the weight
Hmm.
gain. She doesn't like how she's not getting good sleep, and she doesn't like the joint pain.
Yeah.
And her, the first thing that was offered to her was Ozempic,
That's
which she
interesting.
was frustrated by, because she's like, well, what about some of the other things that I could be doing, like
Yeah.
lifestyle changes I could be making that don't include medication? Um, yeah. So I guess,
Yeah.
I mean, and that was, she's not the only person, but that was just the most recent and
Right.
example that I have. And so I think it's pretty, like, it's pretty offered to people my age,
Yeah.
but maybe not so much to people your age.
I mean, hopefully not. I don't really think too many people should. I mean, unless you have actual health issue that could be helped with it, like the weight loss part. uh,
Yeah.
I feel like
You do have
doctors
a
would
cousin.
probably just like use other methods. But yeah.
You do have a cousin that is in her early 30s, who's pre diabetic and has been given Ozempic as a prescription. And she's been taking it and has lost, I think, like 15 pounds or more,
Mm,
and has liked the weight loss aspect of it. And it is something that is helping her in other ways. So,
yeah.
and she's pretty young. I mean, early
Yeah.
30s.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, I maybe for women specifically, the weight loss aspect of it for a lot of like it's just it's seems desirable, which is why people want it, because like everyone that's been using it has been like, oh, like look at like these amazing results after whatever, and so
Do you know how
why
it's
wouldn't you?
administered? Do you know how you
Is
take
it
it?
a shot?
Yeah, it's an injection. That's a pretty big deal to ask
Yeah.
somebody to give
Yeah.
themselves a shot.
Yeah.
And do you know what some of the side effects are?
No, honestly, no. I only know about the weight loss aspect of it. So I feel like that's another thing. if I, yeah, if you don't know that much, it could be.
I mean, I don't know the other side effects, but I do know two women that had such painful, I think it's abdominal pain or nausea or something, that they ended up going to the emergency
Mm,
department because they were feeling really bad on
yeah,
the medication. So yeah, that
yeah,
is one of the things that you could end up feeling nauseated or have
that's pretty
abdominal pain.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of women use a lot of different methods to change the way they look, but I guess like that's the same kind of thing with like I'm using guys, but I don't always hear that many women doing this. But like the bulking and the cutting stuff, like they're changing the way that they look. It just happens to be by an extreme, like change in what they're eating, and how much they're working out and stuff like that.
So what do you
Which could be healthy and could not be healthy at all.
what do you see them doing? Like, what's the method?
Well, I don't know that much about it. Only like stuff that I hear. It's like, oh, like he's cutting right now. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like that means nothing to me. Um, but I just know it takes a lot of like measuring out your food, like how much like in ounces are you eating of a certain food, which is just too much work for me in general. So I don't really know how anyone could do that, but I don't know. I that's like a whole that's like the same amount of effort as giving yourself a shot like to change the way you look. But yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know.
I think some people do enjoy the control that they can have over their body and like the goal, reaching the
Yeah,
goal of a certain shape, or
right,
um, like being able to fully like measure things out,
right.
so that you can game like how your body is responding to the food, that
Yeah.
type of thing. I think
That's
people
like
enjoy that, I don't
yeah.
know, process.
That's like dieting in general. Another thing actually, maybe this is kind of like maybe it's not. But a lot of influencers are doing like the 30 hard or like the 75 hard which is I don't know the exact details of it, but there's a lot of different. It's not just like working out and dieting. It's like every day you have to do all these things, like work out for this amount of time, eat a certain way, no drinking, no like I think it's like journaling or something every day, like a very strict regimen for 30 or 75 days. Um,
It's like a wellness obsession for 30 days.
yeah, which I
75 is
mean, like,
long. Holy moly.
could be like if you need it, like that could be really helpful and like change the way you like are after that 30 or 75 days. But honestly, to me, that just like seems like so much effort. But I guess if I really needed it, I would do it.
Yeah. I guess if there was an end goal that was something that aligned with what you value, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah. Or like you really needed to because some big change needed to be made in your life and you kind of
right,
had to go a little bit extreme in order to make a big change and see the difference so that you can kind of reset yourself.
right.
Um, yeah. So what about like other things that people do to kind of alter the way they look? How prominent is it on your amongst women your age or maybe on your campus to hear about people using Botox, lip fillers? I don't know what else people use, that type
I
of
would
stuff.
say like on my college campus, I feel like it's different between college campus versus like social media influencers that are my age. But like on my college campus, I feel like it's more like, oh, like I when I'm older, like or when I'm out of college, like I want to get Botox or I want to get lip fillers. But honestly, I feel like it's become popularized because social media influencers that are our age are doing those things, and it's very noticeable and not like to a dangerous extent, but like you can tell like oh they got lip filler like and they're making TikToks about it and all that kind of stuff. And they're like, "Oh, like wait, maybe I need that. Maybe I want to get that." So, I think in that way it's prominent. I don't have any friends that have already gotten Botox or a lip filler, but it's definitely desirable, which is another just like let me change the way I look to like match a certain I don't know, certain
Ideal. Yeah,
yeah.
it's interesting because those influencers are exactly what it says. They're
Right,
influencers, right? So you're looking at them every day, and by looking at them, it almost normalizes the way they
right.
look, and the way they look is with
Yeah.
fillers and whatever it is that they're doing, plus
And
some
like
filter probably. And so all of a
yeah,
sudden, you have this unrealistic ideal or this kind of like like certain things that they do start to look normal, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's like this is not to the same extent, but that's how I feel about like lash extensions and
Mm.
like I forgot the other word for it, but like I'm like, oh my god, I see all these girls and they have the longest eyelashes and they like get these eyelash extensions and all that stuff. I'm like, I need to get that. But I've like talked to people about, like recently, and one, it's super expensive. You have to get it done every 2 weeks. You have to maintain it. You can't rub your eyes at all. You have to like brush it with it's just like too much work to look
Okay,
a
I
certain
actually
way
have
for two
personal
weeks.
experience with this. I can tell
I
you
know.
exactly what it's about. But yeah, okay, you're lying on a bed, having somebody put eyelashes on you
Mm,
for like an hour or something like that. It cost, I can't remember now because it's been a while, but definitely over $100. I can't remember how much more over $100.
mhm.
And they're putting glue on you or on your lid or on your eyelash somewhere nearby your eye.
Yeah,
So now you're putting like, probably something that
right.
says it's
Not
not
supposed to be
toxic,
there.
trying not to be toxic, but it is still like a foreign liquid going near your very important eye.
Right.
And then you have these lashes and they actually, I mean, they do look nice, but maybe I'm basing that on what I've learned to become normal through social media.
Right.
And so, but they do provide like an outline of your eye and kind of make you look a little bit more awake because they're like,
Right.
it's a dark outline around your eye and
Right.
then your lashes are coming up. So that's not just defined by social media. That's probably just like, I
Yeah.
mean,
The way that it works.
yeah, the way that works. The coloring on your face kind of highlights something. Okay, so then, throughout the next few weeks, you have to use certain eye face wash. You
Right.
can't rub your eyes or else it'll come off. So, that wonderful feeling of like toweling off your face, you don't get to do because you
Yeah.
have to be really careful around your eyes. And then they start to fall off because your eyelashes fall off. Naturally your eyelashes fall off. So then little
Right.
by little, you like start off with all these eyelashes and then like little by
Yeah.
little by little, then you have like this one eyelash over here and one eyelash over here. It's not a good look, but you can't
Right.
pull those things out because then you're pulling out your own eyelashes. And then when they're all gone, all you have left is like these little bitty baby short
Right.
eyelashes. Or you get them filled, which is another like hour plus of your time, $100 plus of your
2
money.
weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like 3 weeks later, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just such a long process. Honestly, a lot of the things that I think I want to do but don't do are like based off of what other people are doing, like getting my nails done. I would love to get that done more often, but mine fall off super easily, and then I'm like then I'd have to get it done every 3 weeks. And I want to so bad, but it's just so much effort, and like if I only want to
Money.
get it done once, that I'm like waiting for them to all fall off, and then I'm not going to get them redone again. So I don't know. And I know you don't like getting them. I know you don't like getting fake nails, but like I would love it if it was sustainable for my budget and for just my time in general. Because then you're like spending time in the nail salon.
I mean,
Haircuts
it is
too.
elegant looking. I can't get my nails extended because I use my hands for work.
Yeah.
Nobody wants anybody doing physical therapy,
Right.
manual treatments on them with long fingernails. Not only
Yeah.
because it'd be uncomfortable, but that's kind of gross. Like, what kind of dirt is underneath there
Yeah.
that you have from some previous experience that you're now rubbing on me?
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, if you think about all the things that if we were to spend money to adhere to what we're supposed to look like based on social media, like for me, it'd be
Right.
like covering the grays, which is like, I don't know, $100+ or whatever. And then
Right.
the eyelashes and then the nails and then all the skincare. And then
Yeah.
if you add to that, like the lip fillers and the Botox, it's a lot. Do you know how much Botox costs?
No, I don't know if I want to know.
So Botox has to be done I can't remember now. I don't know. But say you get it done every few months and you put it in certain parts of your face where you have like, wrinkling of your, like you use the muscles a lot and it causes little wrinkles, right? And so it's something that stops your muscles from being able to do this so that you don't create those lines. And each part where you put it, you have to put a certain number of units of the Botox. So that could be, I think, like maybe around 20 units a spot. We should bring somebody on that can tell us, but like each unit is like $16 or so, something like that. And so you're multiplying 16 times maybe 20 units on one spot, something like that. Times like you should put some on each eye and then like around each like side of your mouth and then like in the middle, and your forehead.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Don't quote me on any of those units, but it's like maybe like, I don't know. It's over $500 if you're doing like a couple spots in your face.
It feels like I feel like if I got to that point, I would say it's worth it. But a lot of times when I like do things like that, like I recently got skincare for Christmas, and most of it worked. And then I started using these exfoliating pads, and I used them around my eyes, and you're not actually really supposed to do that. And my eyes were so dry, and so it was so bad. So now I can't use them anymore. And I also recently got my hair cut, and I didn't tell you this, but I literally paid so much money for my haircut because the lady took one look at my hair and was like, "Your hair is so dry." She didn't say it to my face, but she said it, and which is like so interesting to me because every time I go to the hairdresser, which honestly is not enough, they're like, "Your hair is so dry," but I don't even straighten my hair or use heat on my hair ever, so I don't know why it's this dry. Um, but she convinced me to spend $50 more so she could put this like hair treatment in my hair. And obviously I said yes because I can't say no to a thing that's gonna keep my hair, like, make it not dry. But then I feel like I don't really know how well that worked. But I don't
Did it make
know.
a difference?
For like the first day, I mean, now it's like, I mean, it's good, but I feel like I can be convinced to spend unnecessary amounts of money to like look the way I want to look in that moment, but which is not a
Especially
good
after they
thing.
insult you. First they insult you.
Well,
First
she
they like
didn't
say that you're
insult me.
pretty, and then they say but, and then give you an insult, and then give
No,
you a
she just
solution.
like ran her hands through my hair, and she was like, "I think that you would like really benefit from this hair treatment." I was like, "Uh, okay." I can't say no because then she's gonna be like, next time you should use like, I don't know. And I wanted it. I hadn't got my hair cut in a long time, but it was an experience.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that when you do it, like you can really feel a difference. And
Yeah.
then there's other times where you're just like throwing money at somebody with the hopes that it's going to be an improvement, and you're not sure if it was an improvement.
Yeah.
Like for me, I totally love the facial, the hydrofacial.
Mhm.
It's like a type of facial that has like suction cups and stuff. For me, I really feel like literally feel the difference underneath my fingertips. But
Mhm.
then I remember a while ago, I did microdermabrasion. Maybe I was too young for it to make a difference. It was right before we got
Mhm.
married, and I was like, I want my skin to be really nice for the
Yeah.
wedding. Each treatment was like over $100. I had to get
Oh
like
my
7 to 9
gosh.
treatments or something. And I did it. It was not comfortable. And I don't know that it made a difference at all.
But you were also like 22, like
Right.
no,
25.
24. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
maybe I
so
didn't need
like
it.
I don't think you needed that.
But going back to the exfoliating, like the skin around your eyes is
Okay,
very
I know
delicate.
that now, but it was really bad, and I don't want to use it again because like it was like spreading.
Oh, maybe you were just allergic to the
Well,
product.
I just was like, it just felt like eczema. I don't really feel the need to like have to experience the dryness on my face when it's already so cold.
Hmm.
So maybe over the summer.
Or maybe your skin did not like that product.
No, yeah, that's why I'm not using it. But yeah, just sometimes I try to better my skin and it doesn't work out for me.
And then to throw another thing into the whole skincare thing, I was really interested in getting you guys products that were not toxic. Like I'm worried
Mhm.
about all the weird chemicals. So we do all this stuff to like, I don't know, supposedly look
Yeah,
better, but maybe we're just exposing ourselves to more toxins. Like every time I
like
color the grays
the
in my hair, like is that taking a life away from me? Like what is happening there?
yeah, like the Supergoop sunscreen that you use is really bad for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has like a lot of bad chemicals in it,
What
and the
what
daily
sources are you
contact that I
using?
use.
What sources are
um,
you using to find out what's
I just saw
toxic and
this
not?
TikTok that was showing products, and there's an app or a website or something like that that like rates them from
I
scale
was
from
looking
0
for
to
that website
100.
when I wanted to
can't.
buy you guys stuff for
Yeah.
Christmas, I was looking for that website and I couldn't figure out which one it
Yeah.
was, but I want
I'll find it, but I don't know. It was just bad. Maybe it's just the like tinted sunscreen one, which is the one we all bought, and I reacted so badly to it. So that probably makes sense. But
it was
yeah.
so funny though when, I mean, not to throw you under the bus, but you responded
What?
poorly. Your skin responded poorly to it, and then you still wanted to keep giving it a try.
Well, like I use a lot of different things on my face, so I never really know what's not like what's affecting it, if it is, or if I'm just breaking out, because that also happens. So
Mm-hmm.
um it was a product that I wanted to use, so I wanted to give it another shot. But I could really benefit from something like that right now because I'm super. I'm not gonna say pale, but I'm pale. And I would really like that, but yeah,
Maybe you should like get some sun.
it's not really possible here, so it's it's not really an option. Um, but yeah,
I think we should get somebody on here that can coach us through I mean, there's so many things that we talked about, but like,
yeah,
I want to find out more about like the claims that are made about products that are supposedly toxic or not, and like what you should
mm,
really worry about. Kind of like the Dirty Dozen, organic foods, which I hope is based on real science, like
mm-hmm,
which is like the 12 foods that you need to the 12 produce
mm-hmm,
foods, like fruits and vegetables that you need to make sure to get organic, or else you can be really exposed poorly to pesticides or whatever.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you can't buy organic all the way across, but here are some foods that you need to be careful about. Same with like the face products. I want to know which ones we should be really careful about versus not. Like, how worried should I be about the soap that I'm using and the shampoo that I'm and the toothpaste and the
Honestly, those chemicals are in everything.
Mhm.
But yeah, we could get someone.
Help me find somebody. Most of the time when we have these topics, I'm like, I know who I can ask, but for this one, not as
Mm.
much. Maybe you can ask somebody at your school, your public health professor.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not at school that much, but I can ask her, or we can look
All
it up.
right. Anything else for tonight?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, guys.